Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I just had another layer of rocks dropped in my parking lot on the homestead, and we're gonna go out, actually scrape and rake all of that up into a nice level pad. Unfortunately, it rained a couple days ago at the plant where you get the rocks. All of the rain went into the rocks, and when the rock guy came, the gravel kind of got stuck inside the machine and he had to pick it out with a stick. Ended up making ruts in a couple places and a bunch of rock piles. So it's not even. The parking lot is no longer able to be parked in until I get this job done, because I didn't really have to do this last time. We're going to go out and do it today. He did apologize a lot and I really appreciated that. There's really nothing you can do if the elements get to the project that you're working on, and you just kind of have to deal with it. So let's get going. Okay, I do have my gravel rake. That's what we're going to be using to scrape all of this up, and I'm going to turn the camera and show you exactly what he left here, because it's pretty bad. Got a lot of work to do. All right, I am going to be starting on these big piles here. There is a little bit of tarp that I need to cover, so I'm going to be scraping some of that this way. I do have a couple places on the homestead to fill, so I'm going to keep some of these piles here, and we're going to work on the middle first, and anything we have left over we can scatter within the homestead in spots that need it. So we're just starting to thin down some of these piles here. Next part I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this rut right here, because his tires were so big that it sunk into the ground along grass lines. So that probably covered some of the tarp. There is a big pile right there that I can brush into it. Then we will work on leveling the rest of this. I'm gonna go get my shovel, because raking this kind of seems like it's taking a lot more time than if I had a bigger scoop. And right now, since we're trying to fill the gaps that the tires did, it's kind of not really leveling it. I just need a shovel. Now, I did get a short shovel, smaller shovel. It's easier for me to handle. Like I say about all of the jobs and projects that I do around my homestead, this is exhausting. Okay, now one reason I am leveling this with just a rake and a shovel is because I don't have access to a tractor right now. It's pretty easy enough to do with just a rake in this flat level land. Any of these piles at the end, I'm going to use buckets to transport them to the other places on the homestead where there are spots that need to be filled in. Now, if you ever have to pour rocks on your property, if you have a truck spread them for you, if they go over any of the rocks itself, it's going to mat it down. So that's going to be harder to rake up and level if that's what you're trying to do. This is 33C rocks. So the point of this is when it's driven over, it kind of packs down. So that's why when any kind of tires go over it, it kind of just packs it down tight and keeps up that process. Kind of got to level the gravel right away so that the rain and trucks don't set that down into the ground more. Okay, so the parking lot is looking pretty good. I got most of it done. There is a little pile right there that I have to work on. Those I'm going to be using on a different project. And then this pile over here, I'm also going to be using on a different project, but I'm exhausted right now and I kind of made a dent in it. I'm working on building a path right there up to the tiny house. So I have already gone to River City Concrete in Selmer and I brought back like 7 buckets and it doesn't seem like enough. So I'm going to put another layer on top of that. I have to fix a section over there in the path part. That's about it. I'm going to round this corner up a little bit, maybe fix some areas up there and over here as long as I can extend it, but looks like this project is just about done. Next thing to do is to put the parking ties in place, and we're going to be doing them at a slant so that when they come in this drive, they'll park in this way and still allow room for RVs to come this way or for cars to go that way. So I think it's looking pretty good. My neighbor just arrived, thank goodness, and he is going to use his tractor with his grader on the back of it to grade the parking lot. There were so many bumps and hills. So thank goodness for my neighbor, because I guess he saw me raking up the parking lot. So all I have to do is chisel down those last couple piles on the parking lot, and then the parking lot will be complete. And then of course we're going to be moving the railroad ties back into position so that cars can park on a slant as they come into my driveway. I think the parking lot looks great. The few hours that I put in doing all the raking allowed the tractor to go over it a lot more smoother, and then my neighbor finishing it off. I was really grateful for that help, and now I have a nice parking lot for guests to park in. I hope you guys are enjoying my journey. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell so you can receive a notification each time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. But there's really nothing you can do if the elements, hold on. All right, I am going to go, hold on. There is a little pile, don't put that. I think that it looks great, don't put that. So all I have left to do is chisel down those last couple piles by the driveway, and then, don't put that.